Good morning, everyone. um, Hopefully this is working. I decided to try it with something else. We're going to put on my music that I normally do because I was taken a little back by the fact that it actually worked. Um, so it's a little earth, wind, and fire to get us going this morning. And please disregard my other message that I was going to push it back until 11 because that wasn't working. So I finally was able to get it going. Hopefully you guys can jump on and we'll see what's going on. This song always gets me pumped up and ready to go. My little chair dancing in the mornings always makes me happy to get going with you guys. So I am using the new live manager that I'm not real familiar with. So hopefully I don't miss anything when you guys jump on or make comments. And I have to be honest, I kind of sat there and self-evaluated. Originally, I was going to talk about how I was watching the squirrels in my backyard yesterday, and it really made me think about the impact that this has had on us and how we have acted as people. And then I thought, man, first thing this morning, I jumped on and tried to file for unemployment, which I've been trying to do for over a week, and the website keeps getting stuck, and I'm having issues. And then I started having issues with getting on live, and I'm like, maybe I'm supposed to talk about some of our challenges right now and the things that I've been through and how I've had to overcome those in my life. So, geez Louise, again, I hope this is working and there aren't any problems. I can't see anything. It's completely different than what I'm used to seeing. So, again, hopefully you guys are able to, really jump on here and help and see this stuff. So I am just a little bitty thing here in the corner. Anyway, I guess I'm going to talk a little bit about both. So yesterday there were these squirrels that were running around, and there were three of them. I actually posted them in my story. They were on the tree, and we had went and got, or actually there was one in the backyard, and we went and bought a small one for the front yard, but a bird feeder. And we have some incredibly beautiful birds here. There's some finches, a finch that actually we have kind of separated windows. So there are panels wood panels that go through so that, I mean, they're really pretty. But anyway, there's some finches that literally like to like dive bomb the window in the dining room. And I think I mentioned it. It kind of scared me the other day. And I think it might have even that might have been what made Bo bark the other day. But anyway, it likes to just chill there. So we have like finches, we have doves in the backyard, we have cardinals, we have the largest robins I have ever seen in my life. I was joking and telling my sister I would never do it, but being like, we could easily eat those and feel satisfied because they are big, they are massive. But our squirrels are also pretty healthy. And I know that we have a lot of, whether it be acorns or some kind of something out there that these squirrels like and they like to eat. But I'm telling you what, they really like the bird feed. And it's funny because we have not seen the birds in the bird feeders yet. We haven't been able to see them. But over half of the bird feeder in the backyard is completely gone, and we see these squirrels climb up the trees, and they're like shaking the bird feeder to get the seeds out and then eating it. We yesterday have three of them, and this is kind of where I get to where I feel like we have, with the toilet paper and the paper towels and the water and stuff like that. It's like I've seen people actually, you know, be a little crazy with it. And these squirrels were literally all trying to get to the bird feeder. And there was one that was like guarding it, right? The one on the ground, if you saw my story. And the other ones were so funny because they're chasing each other, they're fighting each other while this other squirrel is eating. And then there is, one of them, once they finally like settled down, it actually literally went to the top of it went over and then went through the top of the tree and then down, trying to like get a sneak attack on that was protecting it. And it was so comical to me, but it was sad when, good morning, Marty. So this is working. It was sad to me when I saw that they were feeling like, when there's an abundance of food here, there is food everywhere. Even before we put the bird seed out, they like didn't need to go crazy and attack each other over this bird seed, right? Because there's food everywhere. They're all very fat and sassy and healthy. Um, and it's just like, it's kind of crazy, to think that we may have gotten to this point with the little things, again, toilet paper, stuff like that. But what I want to focus on, and really what these live videos are all about, is the positivity and the things that, excuse me, we can do or that I've seen. And it just kind of, I mean, I guess the other thing I want to really, on the outskirts of all of this, in the yard on the ground, which is normally where we would see the squirrels, right? I mean, obviously we see them in trees too, but normally they are, kind of gathering and getting everything, these squirrels. It was actually the doves. I had 3 doves sitting out in the yard that were eating off of the ground. When they have this big, beautiful bird feeder in the backyard that the squirrels are attacking. So it just kind of like, again, kind of really made me think about, especially like with the struggles that we've had with trying to actually get toilet paper, something as little as toilet paper, and seeing people. But anyway, getting to the positivity, what I do these videos for, what I'm bringing to you. And that is, I have seen so many people. I mean, I personally had somebody offer me toilet paper that I had never met before, that we just started talking. And that warmed my heart so much. But also, I've seen people post things about how you can actually make wet wipes out of paper towels, and, ways to cut paper towels and actually use those if you're stuck with no toilet paper. Those kind of things, like, just make me so happy, right? They make me feel like, you know what, let's share this with the world. Let's talk about the things that you can do. There are situations that we're in that we have no control over, and let's try to figure out ways to fix it. And I want to share with you because, I mean, they're posting them out there, right? They're putting them there, and they don't want people to be without. And that's really what I want to talk about. Like, if you see somebody who's those doves that are just kind of like on the ground and they're not acting normal. There was a guy yesterday that literally, I had to go to the store and get flea medicine for my dog that my husband forgot to pick up when he was in Morehead City yesterday on his way back. And so I was like, you know what, I'm going to go run and grab it so that tomorrow we can just focus on getting yard work done and some things that we want to do around the house, and we're not running to Morehead City. And anyway, had to stop and get gas because I didn't have any gas because I haven't really gone anywhere in a couple of weeks. And I had ran out of gas. And I was there, and there was a guy, and I don't know if it was a UPS truck, but it was definitely one of, like FedEx, one of those trucks. And maybe it was Amazon. I don't even know. I don't know. But whatever. The point is that the guy's there getting gas with me. He's next to me. He pulls up, and he avoided me like nobody's business. Now, I'm not saying that I was trying to get close to him. I'm not saying, I mean, I was just going about my business, but you could tell he genuinely didn't want to interact with me. He didn't want anything to do with me. And it was almost like he was watching to see if I was going to come near him so that he could run in the other direction. And it just was like, whoa, I've never had somebody be afraid of me before. I mean, maybe I'm angry, yes, but just the idea of, somebody just randomly at a gas station genuinely looking terrified. And, like, my normal reaction would be like, oh my God, let me give you a hug, let me make you feel better. And obviously I can't do that. Like, so I just smiled, which is what I do. And I kind of like got in my car and drove away, because at that point I was done with my gas and I really realized how awkward the situation was. But, I just wanted him to feel comfortable. I mean, like, there was no reason for me to approach him. I never would in normal life anyway. Like, there would be no reason for me to do that. So the idea that somebody would be afraid of that now just really kind of, hit home. But also this morning, I've been trying to get on unemployment, and I can get through so much. And it's so funny because I stopped because I wasn't sure whether I was supposed to do it in North Carolina, South Carolina, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, story of my life. And then when I tried to get back on after that, like, I was going through no problems, but I was like, shoot, I'm not sure. I got to the point where it was like, do you want to do this in North Carolina, or should you do this in another state? And I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And so I tried to do some research. I couldn't get through to South Carolina. I can't do anything in South Carolina. So I was like, well, let me go back to North Carolina. So I've been trying since last Thursday to complete this. And every time I get on now, after that initial time where I probably could have gotten through everything, I now cannot get anything done. So it's like, it has definitely become one of those things where it's like, every time I get to a certain point, it crashes, or I can't even get on and it crashes. This morning, trying to get on live, I had to go to the new video edit, whatever it is, live video thing that I am not a huge fan of because it's different. If I'm being honest, I don't have the same look and feel, so I don't really know what's going on with it. And I didn't want to miss anybody. The whole point of going live is so that I can interact with you guys and not be pre-scripted or make you feel like I'm, over edited or anything like that. So I just want to make sure that, it's a genuine interaction, and I didn't want to take away from that, but it was the only way I could get it to go live. So I'm like, okay, well, we're going to do this. And all of these things, just kind of, the challenges with somebody being afraid of me, my unemployment. I mean, there's so many things that are going on and so many things in my life. And as a younger person, I would literally this would devastate me. It would literally take me almost to my knees and I would just cry. I would curl up in the fetal position and I would just be that person that's like, I can't, why is life so hard right now? Why are these things happening to me? And that's how I always looked at it. And, obviously, as I'm getting older, I realize that it's not just happening to me, right? These things are happening to a lot of people. And something as simple as, interrupting my Facebook Live is, it's really not a big deal in the grand scheme of things. I mean, it is important to me because I feel like this is a way that I can kind of get back. But at the same time, it's kind of like, I mean, is it really hurting somebody if I can't go live or if I have to do it differently or, and speaking of, I do want to, I saw this morning that it is Candace Hill's birthday. So if you happen to be on or you know her, definitely kind of tag her in this video because I want her to know that I'm thinking about her and I hope she has a wonderful birthday. I mean, think about that. Think about the people who are impacted by this and they're getting ready to celebrate their birthday like my mom whose birthday's coming up and it's they can't have an own birthday but the thing is like you got to do the best that you can right now, do the best with what you have and um, make it different, make it fun. Again, our lives are changing for sure. But kind of getting back to this, challenges and the things that we're trying to overcome right now. I think back, and I mentioned in one of the other videos that I've had an incredibly challenging life, and my childhood was really rough. And I used to say things like, I'd been through more in my childhood than people probably had their entire lives. But I mean, it's all relative, right? People all deal with different things. And to be honest, it's like, somebody else, another friend of mine, Shayna, she actually had mentioned that she put a post up that I was like a little conflicted about, but also loved her for actually posting. And it basically said that I wouldn't change anything that I've been through, all the bad decisions, all of the things that I did, because it brought me to where I am and who I am today. And when you think about that, it is really great to kind of think, I have dealt with some struggles and some challenges and some things, but I am the person and I have the insight that I have today because of those. And I thought for sure when I was really struggling with getting on live and all these things, I'm like, God is not happy with the subject that I chose today. He is trying to tell me that I need to mix this up and I need to do something a little bit different. And so this was kind of really what came on my heart because I was like, you know what? Um, I've definitely dealt with my own challenges, and it has taught me to really look at things from a different perspective. So, again, kind of tying it all together, getting back to those doves that are on the outside. If you have somebody that you see that's on the outside, smile, send them a smile. You know what I mean? Video chat them, FaceTime them, do what you have to do to make their day brighter. Because not everybody deals with things the same way that we do. If you see somebody who needs something, do what you can. You don't have to actually go to their home. I've seen a lot of people offering to do drop offs and stuff of that nature. So, whatever you can do to help them, reach out to them and make sure that they're okay. Because, even something as simple as, sharing with them, hey, if you have a bunch of paper towels, you can turn that into wipes, or you can do whatever, like take a look at this Pinterest, or take a look at this, video that shows you how to do this. I think it would make a world of difference in people's lives right now. And I think, again, just kind of really looking at things, there's so much that we can do to give back right now. There's so much that we can do to be better in our own lives. And, I feel like, in the grand scheme of things, this is really happening to teach us something. And I try to take all of my struggles and all of the things that I deal with and all of the, it's funny because I may be fighting sometimes with my husband when I get onto these videos and I start talking on the videos, and it really hits me that I need to practice this in my own life. I mean, I feel like I do, but in the grand scheme of things, when I look at it, it's like sometimes I'm like, oh, but I'm not being as empathetic as I could be to my husband right now and the things that he's dealing with. And yes, maybe he, did something that was not being empathetic to me, but maybe it's because he's dealing with something else and he is not in a place to do that. So I need to think about that. Anyway, that's just my own personal thing that, I kind of deal with, but maybe think of it from that perspective. And I really want to challenge you to think about how you can be a better person as a result of everything that's going on. What are you doing to make your life better and to improve the lives of the people that are important to you or that are around you right now? I know that we just moved into this neighborhood. I took Bailey for a walk the other day, and there was a lady who just was genuinely happy because she saw Bailey. And he's just a happy dog and he loves everybody. And she didn't come over, she didn't pet him. She just was like, and she kept waving to me. And, she pulled out of her driveway and she waved as she was leaving. And I was just like, you know, I just kept smiling and I kept waving back. And just the small things, right? It made a huge difference though. And Bailey just being able to go for a walk. I mean, I think that made him so happy because we haven't really done that. And that was a part of our daily routine in South Carolina. So, um, anyway, I want to challenge you to try to make a difference in somebody else's life. I want to challenge you to really try to be a better person every day. Take this, craziness that we are going through and find ways to learn and grow from it. Find ways to just be a better human being. I know that even before this, I'd started implementing a healthier lifestyle, eating healthier, working out, which has paid off because I have to be honest, I have had so many people say to me, girl, you look so good. I see your videos. I see you changing. You're still sticking to it. It's so great to see you. And it has made me so happy. It's just like, yes, it's not just me. Like, not only do I feel more amazing, but like people are noticing and I've inspired other people. And that's why I do this. Because I want, what I do, I should say, not this video in particular, but what I do is try to, like, I've always wanted to make a difference in other people's lives. I've always wanted to help them. That's always what has been like, again, makes me feel like I have a purpose, fills my cup, fills my heart, however you want to look at it. Being able to help other people who are struggling, because I know what it's like to struggle, because I have been through so much. That has meant so much to me. And if it's something as simple as helping them get on a better, nutrition or weight loss program, guess what? I'm there and I'm doing it. And it makes me feel amazing. So not only would you benefit other people, but it also helps you if that's something that fuels your fire. So I'm going to end this because I've now gone way over my normal time. I guess maybe the distraction of not being able to get on got me a little off kilter this morning and talking a bit much. So anyway, I thank you all for tuning in and checking out my videos after they're posted and being here live and asking questions and commenting. And Marty, my husband, is doing good right now. He's actually thinking about projects that he wants to do today. We've got to go pick up a lawnmower and a weed eater to do some yard work. And he's probably going to try to do something like that. But anyway, I just, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for caring. Please, think about how you can be a better person. And I would love to hear what you're doing. I would love to hear how you're making a difference in other people's lives, whether it be a direct message, whether it be commenting on the videos that I'm posting, sharing the videos. All of those things help us to help other people. So, thank you again for tuning in. Guys, I'm gonna, say see you later, and I will see you tomorrow morning, hopefully at 9 a.m. Hopefully I won't have any issues. But until then, be active and be happy. Bye, guys. Have a great day.